Okay, so welcome back guys to another video with another playground competition on Kaggle. So this time the competition is about a binary classification problem that you can see predict the introverts from the extroverts. So नाम से ही काफी क्लियर है कि हमें दो कैटेगरी के बीच में प्रिडिक्शन करनी है इंट्रोवर्ट और एक्सट्रोवर्ट सो दिस इज सिंपल बाइनरी क्लासिफिकेशन प्रॉब्लम एंड ऑल्सो द evaluation metric this time is only accuracy score, so no complex metric also. So this is a fairly approachable problem, I would say, for any beginner student who is trying to take part in the first Kaggle competition. So let's dive into it, and let's go to the data section and try to explore what has been given as a data set for the predictions. So training and testing model trained on this data set. So as you know, for playground competitions, the data set which is being used is basically taken from the original data source. A generative adversarial network or any deep learning based network is trained on that data set, and then using that neural network, a data set has been created that is a synthetic data set, which is provided to competitors who take part in these competition to make predictions on. So here you can see time spent alone from the original dataset. First, I will show you. These are my columns. ID, not useful. Time spent alone, stage fear, social event attendance, going outside, and drained after socializing, friend circle size. So most of the column names are self-explanatory, but if you want to know more, then you can read here, which column is representing which feature is about what. Okay, so basically here you can see there are two versions. एक वर्जन में no null values हैं, that is data set spelling mistake है, to differentiate I guess, और this is your original data set. इसमें only 2900 entries हैं, but तुम अपने डेटा सेट में देखोगे तो देर आर more than 18,000 rows I guess. So when we will download and make prediction, we will see. So let's download this data set first, and let me keep it on my desktop. So now I will extract my data set. Okay, so now I have downloaded the data set as well as I have extracted it. Let's create a Python notebook, Jupyter notebook, and we will start with this introvert introvert versus extrovert. Okay, so let's get started. First step तो क्या ही होगा यार हमारा importing the libraries and loading the data set. pd.read csv. Okay, so let me print, and again that id column and the feature columns, and this is my target column. Extrovert introvert बाइनरी क्लासिफिकेशन, इसको 0 1 में कन्वर्ट कर लेंगे, बन जाएगा बाइनरी. ओके, सो वी विल फर्स्ट ड्रॉप दिस आईडी कॉलम, print the shape, and let's check the info about the data frame. You can see here, this is my target column, which is object type. Total 8 columns, out of which this is the target and 7 are the feature columns, and null values are there in around each of those columns. Okay, so we will have to deal with this, but first we will do some exploratory data analysis so that we can get a little bit of just like how we will go on with the null value imputation, because this is very important when you have a little bit understanding of the data. So you will not just go with the general methodology of null value imputation, but you will do some sophistication in the methodology by which you will do the null value imputation. तो सबसे पहले यार we will see कि target class जो है हमारी उसका distribution क्या है. तो that one has 74:26, which is I think is a kind of data imbalance because 3:1 है. My model will face difficulty in predicting introvert types. Okay, so one of the easiest solution that I see is we can do oversampling of the introvert type rows. Okay, so to do that, I will concatenate data frame with introvert wala examples. So for that, I will filter out personality equal to introvert, and I will append it with the data set equal to 0. Okay, so here I have done that, but I would like to shuffle the data set as well as reset the index of it, and now I will print the shape. You can see the dataset size has increased, and you can run this code once again to check. Now your data has been somewhat balanced and it is better than earlier. Now the model fairly will be able to deal with both types of classes. There is no data imbalance. So let's segregate the categorical columns from the target column. Why I am saying only categorical, not numerical or uh, what I say float, because these all values are integer, discrete values they have, no continuous distribution. So that's why all of these columns are kind of categorical only. So I will use all those columns, and for data analysis, I will simply create some count plots here. For that, I will be using this. Okay, so here one thing that is important is 4 cross 2, this is understandable. And here I have rounded the values. Why I have rounded? To get it into the integer form. Um, because integer नहीं, nearest decimal place, क्योंकि some values are there जिसमें कि 5 point up to 6 or 7 decimal places तक values दी हुई थी. So that is not important. That's why I have rounded it to the 1 decimal place and plotted the count plot with a hue of personality. So here I want to explain you with the name of feature you can understand like what this feature is all about. And introvert and extrovert is quite famous. So introvert want to spend time alone. That's why for introvert category, time spent alone high for them. Stage fear, yes for them. And going outside is very less count. 0, 1, 2 is for the introvert only. So you can see here the real world scenarios are being presented by this data set. Drained after socializing, yes, for the introvert class. So using these observations only, we can create some rules like these ones, which I will explain you. Let me print this. So this is what time spent alone. If greater than 4, then I can say it is an introvert. So is it so? So 4 से ज़्यादा वाले, if it is more than 4, generally the person is introvert. If stage fear is yes, then the person is introvert. इसके chances बहुत high हैं. So that's what these rules are depicting. Why I have created these rules? Because you can do two things with this. One is you can predict the target variable without using any machine learning, because if let's say you are creating a decision tree or a random forest, that is also a rule based segregation of your data set. So that's what I have also done here. So I have created some rules to divide each row into introvert or extrovert class. So how can you do that? Let me show you one example. For each row in the data frame, I can iterate over it. Okay, and let me print the row. So this is in, and let me print the row and break out of it. I don't want to print all the rows. So here you can see for this row, I have the target variable extrovert and I have some features over here. So if I convert this rules in an if and else situation, how it would look alike. Okay, let me show you this. I have written this already to save some time um, and make the video short only. So this is how I have written some rules, and appending one, it means that this condition has been satisfied. Let's say this value is null, then this will not run. Okay, so what I can say कि जब भी introvert वाली condition true हो रही है, I am putting a 1 inside my possibility array. So okay, so let's say for the current row, I can put count equal to row dot is null डॉट सम. इसमें आ गया कि करंट रो में कितने नल वैल्यूज थे. एंड इफ सम ऑफ पॉसिबिलिटी अरे is greater than count by 2, then can I say it will be a introvert? Else I can say it will be a extrovert. Is this true? तो हम ये इस वाली रो के लिए प्रिंट ही करा के देख लेते हैं. So let's print this. So this is my row here, and this is my prediction based on these rules. Is it correct? Yes, it is. So this is what I want to say, that based on these values itself you can do this prediction. इनका यूज करके हम null value कैसे impute कर सकते हैं? So let's say I have made this prediction, right? So let me assign it to a variable. Let's say I have this as introvert, else it is a extrovert. So let me create a prediction variable also. And for this variable, I have for this particular row, I have decided whether this belongs to introvert or extrovert class. Okay, so now what I can do is use this prediction to impute the values. Okay, so this is what I have written. Let me explain this so you can digest. फ- पहली लाइन देखते हैं. इफ पी डी डॉट इज नल, अगर ये नल है तो ही तो मैं इसको इम्प्यूट करूंगा. एंड व्हाट आई विल इम्प्यूट इट विद, अगर वो एक्सट्रोवर्ट है, आई एम पुटिंग द बाउंड्री कंडीशन हियर. 4 I have put. If it is yes, then it will be a no for extrovert. Stage fear no ही होगा ना. And social event attendance यहाँ पे less than 4 था, तो I have put 4 here. So I have put the boundary condition itself for the extrovert, and for the introvert -1 I have done. So that's how I am trying to impute the null values. और तुम क्या कह सकते हो? You can create this fill null function. Why I want this? Because अभी मुझे predictions करनी है टेस्ट सेट पे. That is my main target. And function बना रहेगा तो I will have to just call it from there, and will not have to write all these rules again and again. So this is how I have created my function, and now I can fill my null values using this function. And df dot is null dot sum, it will print 0. But before running this code, I want to show you one more thing. कि तुम्हें ये डाउट हो सकता है कि for a particular row, all values can be null also ना. So is that a case? So let's see that. For that, we can do this. Row wise null value का count निकाल लेते हैं, उसको assign कर देते हैं. And I can print, head print करने से कुछ होगा तो नहीं. Let's print this one and unique values. So you can see here, I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like maximum 4 features are null in a particular row. So rest of the 3 features can help me to find like whether this particular row belongs to introvert or extrovert class. Okay, so I have created this function. Let me run this. So it is printing everything. That is not what I wanted. Let me stop the kernel, otherwise it will hang. Okay, let me restart my kernel and remove this line. And also I would like to do one thing here. If row dot is null dot sum, if this is 0, then why I am trying to impute the null value? So I have put this condition to avoid running the loop unnecessarily. So this is it. Let me run all cells, and so this is the count plot, and my null values are being imputed. Okay, so I have got 0 here. Like all the null values have been imputed by some or other value. So इसके बाद तो I don't think there is anything tough here. Let me do some replacement for the yes, no, and introvert, extrovert. I am taking introvert as 1 and extrovert as 0 here. And let me split the values dataset into training and testing. And after this, I will use all these models: logistic, XGB, random forest. So cat boost I don't have. Let me install it. Pip install cat boost. Okay, so my cat boost has been installed. It took quite a lot of time. So now I can import all these libraries, and uh, let me train all these models on my data set, and let's see on which, using which model I can get better results for my validation data set. So I have written this function. Not I have not written this using ChatGPT. I got this. So you can also take help from there, because you must know the concept. और स्टार्टिंग में तो कोशिश करो कोड खुद ही लिखने की, because it will give you better understanding, वरना चैट जीपीटी के बिना कोड नहीं लिख पाओगे. So this is what I have got. I have trained my model using this, and now I am getting using, let me see, random forest. I am getting 0.9811 on the validation. XG boost 96.57 percentage, 96 percentage. and 96 for logistic regression also. Light gradient boosting is also 96. So everyone is given 96 except of random forest classifier. So this model is outperforming everything else. So let me use this model only for my inference. ओके सो इन्फेरेंस के स्टेप्स आर वेरी क्लियर. पहले मैं टेस्ट सेट को ही लोड कर लेता हूँ. ओके सो आई हैव लोडेड द टेस्ट सेट. इसमें क्या करना है, आईडी को हटाना है, नल वैल्यू को इंप्यूट करना है, यस एंड नो को 0 और 1 में कन्वर्ट करना है यूजिंग द सेम रूल जो ऊपर किया था, अदरवाइज उल्टा पुल्टा हो जाएगा सब. एंड सो इट इज रेडी फॉर प्रिडिक्शन नाउ. which model I will use? Zeroth position, because random forest was at the zeroth position here. So let me use the same here also, and sample submission load कर लिया मैंने, and I have made this prediction. So इसके बाद क्या बच जाता है, I have to convert this using into submission.csv. So you can see here I must have got this file. Okay, submission.csv. तो Kaggle पे जाते हैं. Let's try to upload this. Make sure you are converting your 0, 1, 2 back to extrovert and introvert. I also did this mistake. I did not imputed it, so I got one wrong submission there. So let me go submit predictions. Browse files, desktop. I have this one. Submission. Okay. And let's submit this. So I am getting this 96% around score on the leaderboard. You can see my previous submissions are up to 97.48, but these are quite naive submissions, I would say. Because इसमें मैंने क्या किया था, I just simply used cat boost without doing any null value imputation. So it handled itself, because मैंने तुम्हें बताया कि cat boost treat null values as a separate different category. So based on that, it will divide the data set. So this that was giving me this much of accuracy, and with imputation, I'm getting this much. So our imputation need to be done more sophisticatedly. Uh, so this is all about how you can use a simple imputation technique based on some rules, uh, and a random forest classifier to make the prediction on this data set. There is one more thing I want to show you guys, like how you can use these rules only to make the prediction on the test set. तो उसके लिए what I will do is, let me create another section here. No ML prediction, I will name it. Okay, and let me load this data set, and where is it? Let me remove the ID column also, and null value imputation हम नहीं करेंगे because I'm doing it without any model this time. So this is what I have got. Okay, so let me make a predictions list, and for row index comma row in test dot iter rows. So if you have predicted this, yes, I will use these rules which I have written here, um, to predict whether I am this row is corresponding to an introvert or extrovert. So this is I have got. Let me create this possibility array list also, and based on this, uh, I can populate my possibility array with one only, because zero तो understood ही है ना. Now count equal to row dot is null dot sum. तो इससे मेरा sum आ गया, and if sum of possibility array is greater than count by 2, then let me predict that it is an introvert. Okay, else prediction dot append, it's an extrovert. So for each row I have got the prediction. Let me okay, so this is I have done. Let me make thread is not defined because it's predictions. So I have got my predictions. Length of this threads should match my sample submission.csv. Let me load this one more time as ss1. ss1 dot shape. So same shape. I can I can put my predictions here, और इस टाइम तो किसी कन्वर्जन की जरूरत नहीं है, because I am directly predicting whether it is introvert or extrovert. Let me put this here. Submission, no ML, I will name it. तो ये आ गया यहाँ पे. ओहो, SS कर दिया. SS1 करना था हमें. Let me delete this one. Okay, SS1 dot to CSV and SS1 dot. Okay, all good, all good. Okay, so this is what I have got. This must be created here. Created, yeah. Okay, I got it. And now let's try to submit this file and see what score I'm getting. So you can see I am getting 86% based on this only. So only rule based prediction and are giving me 96% and ML based is giving me 97% around. So this is what I wanted to show you. Like we can do the prediction for this one based on some rules also. You can use this, leverage this idea to create some. You can refine your predictions even more. So uh, this is all about this video. Try some different techniques and make your predictions on the leaderboard. And if this is your first time you are participating in a playground competition, uh, this is a fairly simple problem for you to get started. Let me know in the comments if you have faced any challenge in the particular section of this notebook. Mm, I will give the link to my notebook in the description. So yeah, this is it about this video. Thank you so much. Bye.